Hi you guys, Vallivon The Perfume Don back at you with another fragrance video. If you love smelling good, if you love smelling amazing, if you love smelling good, welcome to my channel. You're in the place to be. Like this video. Also share this with someone else that really likes to smell amazing. And hit me up on Instagram. It's Vallivon The Perfume Don on there if you guys have any further questions. So today I want to bring you guys a really good bargain. If you're subscribed to my channel, I'm always posting different bargains about things that are happening on different websites or just special deals. So I think I might have stumbled upon one, but I'll let you guys know my verdict at the end. The other day I went into Dollar Tree. If you're unfamiliar with Dollar Tree, my international friends, or if you just don't have one in your area, it's very similar to any other convenience or dollar store where you get really good deals, except for the catch here is that everything in the store is $1. And they have a wide assortment from everything from grocery products to some clothing garments as well, beauty products, cleaning products. That's actually what I went in there for, Pine Sol, because you know we need Pine Sol right now because it kills 99.9% of germs, and it's a good substitute for Lysol. They also have like home decor, books, arts and crafts, all types of stuff. But I went in there because I wanted to pick up the, it's like every video, girl, you just want to be a store. But I went in there to pick up the Pine Sol, but I stumbled into the beauty and fragrance section. And I have in the past purchased some fragrance from them, but I don't think I have the originals to where I could really compare it to see if it really worked, except for one that I'll let you know at the end. But when I stumbled in there yesterday, I saw that they had two fragrances that I have in my collection. I want to compare them for you and let you know, is it worth your money? Even though they're only $1, you still don't want to get stuck with a dud. So I'm going to be letting you know, guys, about performance. I'm going to let you know about if it smells similar at all, how it dries down, because it might smell good in the store, but you want to know if it actually continues to smell good and doesn't turn on the skin. So let's get into it. And again, if you like this type of content, go ahead, subscribe to my channel. So the first one that we're going to look at is going to be Armani Code. This is the Eau de Parfum, so that's really important to note. I think this is the 50 mil. Yeah, this is a 50 mil. This came out, I think, in the 2014 or something around there. It's been out for a while, but it's going to be like a citrus, warm, sweet kind of a scent. I think it's best for nighttime, but the one that they have that's supposed to be an imitation is going to be, sorry, it fell on the floor. This is from EAD, which is the European American Designs. They have a few different brands, I think, that they sell for imitation fragrances in there, but this is EAD, and I think this is my favorite brand. So this is going to be called Floral Code. Instead of Armani Code, it's Floral Code for women. Now, this is an eau de toilette, and that's important to note. That is an eau de toilette. And if you're unfamiliar with the difference, I do have 2 fragrance glossary videos where it explains the difference that you guys can check out, so you're a little bit more informed when you're delving into my fragrance series. But yeah, so this is going to be compared to Armani Code, but it makes a point to note on the back that European American Designs and Floral Code are not associated in any way with Armani Code to register trademark of Giorgio Armani. But it is supposed to be in what's it called? Imitation. Not intimidation, imitation fragrance, replica, that whole assortment. So this is how the box look, which is actually quite similar to the bottle of Armani Code. They both have that midnight blue. This goes from clear to midnight blue, and they both have like the accents of black floral lace on them. Now this is how the actual bottle for the imitation one looks. Now EAD fragrance bottles all look similar. The only thing that's going to help you tell the difference is that it does have the name on here, Floral Code, so you won't be able to mix it up with any other fragrances that you have by them. But if this rubs off, and it does rub off over time, I've had them before, then you're gonna just kind of be like, oh my God, what is this? You won't know. But yeah, so this juice is purple. This isn't a dyed bottle at all. It's just the juice that's dyed purple. And again, it has it has Floral Code on there. And this is Armani Code. Replica OG. So let's get into the fragrance. Now the notes that are really prominent in Armani Code are going to be, it opens up with Italian orange, very citrus, not super zesty, but you do kind of get like the rind of the orange in there. So it opens up with the Italian orange. It also has a floral component of the jasmine in there that's done very well. So a white floral element to this fragrance. And then it also has like a little bit of like a bitter orange bitters, kind of the kind of thing that you put in like beer or mixed drinks. That kind of thing is in this fragrance as well. It's quite boozy and sweet. It definitely has that honey element in there, but it's a very nice, seductive, sexy fragrance Great for evening. Now, how it compares to the imitation one. Now, I have to admit, when you first spray them, they do smell quite similar. This opens up with the zesty orange element to the same way that this one opens up with it as well. The main difference that I can tell is that this is blended so much better. You get some of the honey notes all throughout the fragrance, and it's mixed with the white florals and with the citrus elements all together. It's just blended very well. This one kind of does the steps. So when you first spray it, it goes very citrus, very citrus, a little bit more zesty than this one. It goes very citrus, then it goes floral, and then you get to a little bit of the sweetness. When it dries down, it's more like sweet powderiness. But even though this is an eau de toilette and this is an eau de parfum, and eau de parfum generally lasts a lot longer than eau de toilette, this eau de toilette doesn't last that long at all. The performance on this one, I would say, if you overspray it a lot, maybe tops an hour. For me, it's like 20 minutes. So it is $1, so you can continue to overspray it. However, it's kind of a burden. Like, you have to continuously overspray it. I've had it on for a few hours now. I still get it. Like, I still smell it. It's dried down now to like that powdery sweetness is what I've noticed most of their fragrance dry down to. I don't know if they're using for their base components, but that's what most of their fragrance dry down to. And this one is no different. It's more so when you first spray it, it does smell absolutely identical to Armani Code. So if you want to save $1, of course, it's going to smell the same when you first spray it, but the performance is just not there. And that's partially, again, because it is eau de toilette, this is eau de parfum, but then also it's just, I don't know, it just really disappears on your skin. One thing I can vouch for is that I don't get tons of like the alcohol element when you first spray it. Let me spray it again. It's a little bit sharp, but I don't get like alcohol overload to where you get with a lot of very inexpensive fragrances. And I'm pretty sure this is mostly alcohol, but it's not terrible. Like, if you're afraid of smelling that, and if you're afraid of like smelling super cheap or inexpensive, I think that this is okay. This is one you can pick up and it's not going to smell super bad. So I would say that this is all right. It's not stellar performance, but does it smell similar to Armani Code? Absolutely. And I was actually shocked. I was like, wow, how are they able to do that? So I feel like this one passed. And I kind of was expecting it not to have the best performance anyway. I mean, if it had the best performance, I would be like, why am I buying designer perfumes again? I'm going to the Zalo store, okay? All right, the next one that we're going to try is going to be a dupe for the legendary, I was about to say the imaginary. Hopefully not. But the legendary Britney Spears not fancy. I'm thinking of Jessica Simpson. This is Fantasy by Britney Spears. It's so iconic. Your essential, fruity, young, youthful, juicy, sweet scent. It has the kiwi when it opens up, some other tropical fruits. Then in the middle notes, it has that cupcake note. It also has, I think, chocolate. I don't know. But in the base notes, it has like a powdery element. It has iris or orris root. So yeah, it gets powdery. Now, the one they had at the dollar store is from EAD. Again, the same brand, which is the European American Designs brand. And this is in comparison to Britney Spears' Fantasy. Now, this is called Leger de Mon. I don't know. What does that say? Leger de Mon. But this is how the box looks. So that's how it looks if you're looking for it. Again, this one's 75 ml. I think all of their fragrances are going to be 2.5 fluid ounce, 75 ml. And again, it has the same bottle. This one's pink, but it has the name on there. But again, I've noticed that these do wear off over time. So it's going to be hard to distinguish which ones they are when it wears off. Now, again, this is an eau de toilette, which is very important to point out because, yeah, Fantasy is an eau de parfum. I had to make sure. Okay, let's get to the scent. Now, I've been wearing this for a few hours as well. About 4 hours. I sprayed them both about 4 hours ago. All right. So, okay, so when you first spray both of them, it's pretty similar to the Armani Code. They both smell the same. You get that dose of juicy, sweet fruits. Definitely the kiwi. Definitely get that one. It's a little bit more on the tangy side, I want to say, the tangy side of fruit with this one, but it smells pretty similar to, I think, probably to you and to anyone else that's going to smell it on you when you first spray it. Now, you definitely do get some chocolate and some cupcake, which I was really excited about it, in both of them. So I was like, wow, I definitely get some warmth. This is definitely a sweet, fruity kind of scent, and it definitely has some warmth to it, which is very interesting because it's like fresh fruit, but then also the warmth of the cupcake and the chocolate. But both of those are in both of these fragrances when you first spray them. Now again, this one's blended better. You get it all the notes throughout more so. Of course, it has like the average top notes, the heart notes, and the base notes, but you get a better mix of it versus this one to where it kind of steps in notes. Now you are going to be left with this one, you're going to be left more so with, dare I say, a little bit of like a tangy fruit scent, a little bit of like a sour fruit scent with the powderiness. Doesn't smell terrible, but the dry down is definitely a lot different. I would say that this dry down on this one lasts a lot longer than the Armani coat. I don't know why, but it seems like this scent lasts a lot longer, talking about the imitation one, than the Armani coat imitation one. Performance though is definitely lagging way behind Fantasy. I mean, I have to get like close, really close to myself to be able to smell this. This one, I still smell Fantasy. I think Fantasy actually has decent performance for it to be very affordable, an older scent, and geared towards a younger audience. But of course, the performance is lagging in the imitation one. And again, that has to do with the point of it being an eau de toilette spray and not an eau de parfum. But does it smell similar? Yes, it does. The dry down, that's when it starts to fray the components and the notes. It just doesn't really hold together the way it should, but it does smell similar when you first spray it. This is going to be one that you're going to have to continuously respray, but again, it's $1. And if you're just looking for something that smells similar, if you want to use it, when you're out and about, if you just want a little touch me up, if you want to use it for a gym spray, if you want to use it for a bathroom spray, that kind of thing. If you're just really into this scent, or if you're just really into the Armani Code scent, you want something that smells similar to DNA, you don't want to use up your designer scent or your celebrity scent, I say go for it. But I have to warn you, the performance is not there. Neither one of these dry down to something that's like disgusting and foul to where you wouldn't want to smell like it. They kind of just disappear and dissipate from your skin altogether. So if you like how that sounds, then I would check them out. They're not horrible. And I think they're good substitutes. If you only have $1, but you want to smell good, hey, Vallivon approved, okay? Let me know if you guys have tried any of them in the comments below. What were your thoughts? Did you think they were horrible? Would you recommend them to someone? Or would you be like, oh no? Or are there any other brands, imitation scents or replicas that you guys have tried that you think are like pretty spot on? The only other ones that I've tried from this brand is actually going to be the Eternity by Calvin Klein. And let me tell you, that one was right on the money, and the performance was really good. I don't have that one anymore because I blew through it. It's actually really good. But you know what? I don't think it was from this brand. If I find it again, I'll share it with you guys, but it was really good. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.